Hey guys, this is Kendra with Signing Agent Basics. What is up? I'm excited to see each and every one of you who are joining us today. You guys know I love to come hang out with you guys on the YouTube lives, tell you guys about all the cool stuff that's out there for signing agents, all the things that we can do to become more productive and profitable. And I am extremely excited, guys, to come to you today with some information about remote online notarization. Now, you guys know I don't talk about nothing I don't know about. So I was contacted by an expert in the field who wanted to come and share some exciting information with each and every one of you, and I couldn't pass it up. So today, guys, we are going to be talking about what you can do to get more RON business, and specifically, we are going to check out the SharpNote Online Notarization platform. But before we get started with all of that, do me a favor, guys, whether you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you are watching, whether you are watching live or on the replay, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the heart button, whatever button it is, go ahead and hit it. Then, if you really like me, do me another favor, come on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell. Again, guys, you know I come out with information for you every single month, information and training to help you to become more productive and profitable. And when you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, you will be notified every time I drop new content for you. The other thing, guys, that I always love to do is, first of all, tell you thank you so much for joining. Again, whether you're joining live, whether you're joining on the replay, thank you so much for joining. I like to know, though, where you guys are joining from. So whether you're watching live in the chat or on the replay in the comments, I want to know a few things about you. Let me know what city and state you are in. It always blows my mind that people will watch these videos from all over the country. So let me know what city and state you are in. Then let me know whether you are an aspiring online notary. You haven't done any online notarizations yet, but you're thinking about it. You're gathering information. You are an aspiring online notary. Or maybe you are a new online notary. You've been doing this RON thing for a year or less. Or let me know if you are a veteran online notary. You've been doing this thing for a while now, more than a year. You're a vet, but you just wanted to come on and see what I was talking about today when it came to online notarization. Another thing that I want you guys to tell me today, if you are a veteran or even a new signing agent and you're already using online notarization platforms, let me know what platform or platforms you are currently using. Again, I like to see all of the different things that you guys are doing. So again, let me know what city and state you're in. Then let me know if you are an aspiring online notary, a new online notary, or a veteran online notary. And then if you are currently using an online platform, let me know what online platform you are currently using. Then, guys, you know, I always get you guys to be like my kind of unpaid assistants during the live stream. We'll usually have a person or two that comes on a little bit late and they're disappointed because they've missed some of the information and they want to know if a replay is going to be available. If you see anyone asking, will a replay be available? Do me a favor, let them know. Yes, the replay will be available immediately after the live stream is over. Let's see who we've got hanging out with us today. We have got Lori Bard here. What's up? We've got Hakeem. This is one of my signing agent advanced training program students. Good to see you. We've got D. Thomas. What's up? What's up? D. Thomas is in Houston, Texas. My Texas people always show up and show out and represent. I'm always excited to see you guys. We've got people here from Claysburg. Good to see you. More Texas people. McKinney, Texas is in the house. We got New York City. D. Curtis is in Maryland. Let's see. This person is currently an online notary, but they're new. It's been less than a year. Look, you're going to get so much cool information from our guest today. I'm telling you, you picked the right time to join. Another Texas folks and aspiring notary in Texas. Guys, look, keep telling me where you are at, what city and state you're in. Whether you're new or veteran or an aspiring online notary, we've got some folks telling us what platforms they use. So this is interesting. We've got folks who are currently using Blue Notary, Proof, and Pactima. Very interesting. I love to see it. We've got folks using One Notary and Notary Hub. Very interesting. I think that you guys are going to be excited, especially those of you who are currently using platforms, to see the different things that SharpNote has available that you may not be getting from your current platform. But guys, again, I'm going to keep on going in the presentation, but keep on telling me what city and state you're from, whether you're an aspiring notary, new notary, or veteran notary, and what online platform you are currently using. All right, guys. Now, you know, I always do a Q&A session at the end of the live stream. I know you got questions. Guess what? We got answers, but do me a favor, try to hold your questions until the end. I get easily distracted. So if you guys start asking questions while I'm doing the presentation, I'm gonna get all off track and this thing may go for 2 or 3 hours and we don't want that. So do me a favor, try to hold your questions until the end. If for some reason we do miss any of your questions, I always try to go back and answer in the comments any questions that I may have missed. So don't be dismayed if your question gets missed during the live stream. I always go back and try to answer it in the comments. And again, if you are watching this on the replay, leave your questions down in the comments. We will do our best to come back and answer all of those questions. And of course, guys, I always have freebies and goodies and all kinds of stuff for you available. The links to all of those things are always in the description box of the YouTube video. And I always have people ask, where the heck is the description box? So first of all, again, this is only on the YouTube video. So make sure that you come over to YouTube. Then, if you are watching this on your desktop or laptop computer, look underneath the video, underneath the title of the video, you're going to see a little bit of the description box, and then you're going to see the word more. Click on the word more to open up the description box. But if you're like most of us and you're watching this on your cell phone or another mobile device, there's like one little extra step. Again, you're going to go to the YouTube video, look underneath the video, look underneath the title of the video. You're going to see the word more. Click on the word more. It's going to open up the description box a little bit, and then you're going to see the word more again. Go ahead, click on more that second time, and then the description box will open up and you will see all of the different links that I have for you. It'll be highlighted. If you use dark mode like I do, you're going to see them highlighted in blue, but you'll be able to click on all of the different links for the freebies and discounts that we have available for you today. As always, guys, I have my free new signing agent checklist down in the description box of this YouTube video for anybody that is interested in becoming a signing agent. And you're like, look, just lady, give me the steps. Tell me what I need to do step by step to become a signing agent. That new signing agent checklist is what you need. Click that link in the description box. You can download it. You can print it out. I've got helpful links, all kinds of good stuff in there to help you if you want to become a signing agent. I also have my free AI guide for notaries. I was just talking to our guest earlier about all the cool things that AI can do for us as notaries and as signing agents. So if you're one of those folks who've never tried to use AI before, this free AI guide for notaries will kind of give you some first steps on how you can effectively use AI in your notary and your signing agent business. So again, click on the link in the description box, download that AI guide for notaries. Woo! Intro. I was trying to make it fast, but I really didn't go as fast as I was hoping. So we go keep this thing moving. Again, guys, we are going to be talking about RON, Remote Online Notarization, in today's live stream. And while I think most of you know what RON is, I'm sure I'm going to have a few people watching this video who have maybe never heard of RON or really don't even know what RON is. So what is RON? RON is Remote Online Notarization. It is the process of legally notarizing electronic documents over the internet using live audio video communication instead of meeting in person. A remote online notary will verify the signer's identity digitally and then use secure, tamper-evident platforms to apply your digital seal and signature. You can truly, guys, work from home or any location as an online notary. So for folks who are like, I need a job where I can work from home, being an online notary is absolutely a way that you can work from home. You can work from home or any location as long as you are physically located in the state where you are commissioned as an online notary. And then people always want to know, well, how much money can I make? So in general, you can charge around $25 for the first notarization plus $10 for each additional seal. It's going to depend on your state law. But again, guys, you sitting at the house, you're not driving anywhere. You know, it's very, I'm not going to say easy because like anything else, you've got to work it to make it work. But while $25 and $10 may not sound like a lot, trust me, our guest is going to tell us how those amounts can quickly add up to full-time income for anyone who is willing to put the work into their remote online notarization business. The next question people will ask is, well, can I be a RON notary in my state? Where is remote online notarization authorized? And guys, it is authorized in the majority of states in the US. If you take a look at the map that I have up, all of the dark blue states, RON is authorized in. There are a few states, about 8 states, where either RON is not allowed or RON is going to be allowed in the future. If you want more information on which states and all of that good stuff, I got a link down in the description box where it will tell you which states it's allowed in, which states it is not. But again, take a look at the picture, guys. If you're in one of those dark blue states, you're good. You can become an online notary. All right, so who is our special guest today? Our guest is Andrew Yon. He is the founder of USA Notary Services, and he is the creator of the SharpNote platform. So again, guys, I don't have on folks who are Johnny-come-latelys. I only have folks who have been doing this for a while, who have proven evidence of their results. So Ray has been a commissioned notary signing agent since 2004. That's actually a little bit earlier than I became a signing agent. I became a signing agent in 2007. So, you know, he's got me beat for a couple of years on that one. He transitioned to 100% online notarizations in 2019. So he's been doing online notarizations for the past 7 years. All right, here's some crazy numbers, guys. He has completed over 20,000 remote online notarizations. He's worked with over 200 title companies, and he's built one of the nation's highest volume independent online notary operations. He is a recognized expert in RON, compliance, workflow design, and business development. So guys, look, go in the chat. I need each and every one of you to say, hey, Ray, as I bring on Andrew Yon. You guys say hey to Ray in the comments. Ray, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, Kendra?
You know, it's a Saturday. I'm on live. I always have tons of energy on live days. I
sure appreciate you letting me come on and talk to your folks.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Like I said, I love having experts in their field share the information that they have to help signing agents become successful. So look, do us a favor. Tell us about your journey. Again, you started as a signing agent in 2004. tell us about your journey. How did you get started? How did you transition from traditional signings to RON? Why did you decide to focus on online notarizations? And is there any lessons that you learned along the way that you want to share with the folks who are watching?
Well, I'll tell you that I started out in 2004 really as a sideline to my my mortgage business. I had a mortgage brokerage that had run for a number of years, and was constantly using notary and became a notary myself just to be able to handle that business. I did not make a full-time effort at being a mobile notary, frankly, because I found the mobile notary business in where I was to be rather difficult. Being able to do loan signings where you had to print out the packages and take them out to the people's houses, get the signatures, take them back, take them to FedEx, scan the documents and send them back. It was a very tedious process to get that done while I was running another business. So I did not do a lot on the mobile notary side. I got into the online space basically as a way that I could work from home. And I started in 2019. In 2019, I was working for another platform, and I did work full time for a little over a year on that platform. And it worked out well. They kept me pretty busy. I was doing between 50 and 60 notarizations a day. But they were paying me a very small amount compared to what I felt like would be a fair compensation. So I broke out on my own after a little over a year and been working on building my business since that point. I've been strictly online. I do not do any mobile notarization. In fact, the last 2 times that I renewed my commission, I didn't even get a new stamp because I just use the stamp online and I don't need a physical stamp to go anywhere. So that's kind of the way I transitioned to it.
Were there any lessons that you learned along the way, or a big lesson that you learned that you want to share with the folks?
Well, I found that going along the way, getting started at first, working from home is not the easiest thing in the world because you're not out shaking hands with people. You're not out meeting people face to face. It takes time to build that presence. And it does take a little bit of work to build the number of clients you need to be able to build a successful business. And there was a lot of trial and error in that. How do you get these people to respond back? How do you develop a relationship with these title companies so that they will start sending you business on a regular basis? And that's really where the journey has been. I have discovered that if you don't create repeat business, if you don't get people to send you repeat business on a regular basis, you're going to have a very difficult time building a business out of it. You've got to be able to build a relationship. And the most important part of that process, and you'll hear this with any business, and I'm sure everybody has heard it before, is providing excellent customer service. You have to be able to do everything that the title company wants you to do that's within the law to keep them satisfied. Make sure their process is going. You have to learn what's important to the title agents, and it's not necessarily price. A lot of people think they want to make sure they're the lowest price in the industry. Frankly, the title companies aren't looking for the lowest price in the industry. They're looking for the ones that can do the best service for their clients that are most well-versed in the documents themselves and can provide a quick turnaround and an easy process for their clients. They're really more concerned about making sure their clients are satisfied and they're getting their documents back in a timely manner. So that was really the most important thing, is we've been learning how to develop that repeat business, because without repeat business, this business doesn't work. If you're any kind of home-based business, you're not going to be able to be successful unless you have repeat business.
Absolutely. I love it. And I love you letting folks know that this does not need to be a race to the bottom when it comes to pricing. I see so many new people coming on saying, I'm going to discount my price and I'm going to take the lowest price. And I'm telling you guys, you do not have to do that. All that does is cause prices to be lowered.
That was actually an early mistake that I made, was I tried to price myself lower than anybody else. I priced myself under $100 for doing a title closing. There's no reason to do that because, and frankly, the title companies see that very low price. They're probably more likely to think that I don't know what I'm doing. Exactly. So even though I am very good at what I do, they see that very low price and they figure, well, that person probably doesn't know what they're doing. Exactly. So it makes a little bit more sense to keep the price more to a standard level, because also keep in mind that in most cases the title companies are not paying for the service. They're putting it on the HUD, they're putting it on the settlement statement, and it's passed through. So as long as it's not an out of line price, you can stay with industry standards. It's more important that you develop the relationship and you build that long-term trust.
Absolutely. Guys, you heard it from somebody other than me. I've said it before, but maybe if somebody else says it, you guys will listen to it. Let's talk a little bit about the current state of RON. And I'm going to go over to a slide here and have Ray talk to you about it. But, you know, RON is growing nationwide. It has been growing for many years, and it is going to continue to grow exponentially. There's tons of opportunities for RON. Guys, basically anything that you can do a traditional notarization for the most part, with a few exceptions, you can do those notarizations online as well. Obviously, I'm a signing agent. Ray is also, you know, coming from the signing agent world. He does loan signings on the platform, but guys, you can do pretty much any type of notarization on an online notarization platform. And I also, Ray, want you to talk to us about some of the misconceptions that people have about RON and a little bit about where the industry stands today. I'm going to move over to your slide, though, so you can kind of tell people what we're looking at on this slide.
I think this slide is very revealing about where the market is and where the market is going. When we look at the number of RON closings back in 2019, it wasn't very many. You know, as a percentage of the industry, it was less than 1% of the industry. It was a very small amount, but it has grown by 30% a year, every year for the past 7 years. And it's just going to continue to grow over the next 5 or 6 years, I think exponentially, because we're seeing some major changes coming into the RON industry as we start to grow. Now, my background has been primarily in the title industry. Almost all of my signings are seller side title closings. And I say seller side because until recently, we haven't been seeing a lot of lenders buy into the RON platform, but that's starting to change. And that's going to spur an incredible growth over the next 5 or 6 years, because as the lenders come on board and start bringing in the other side, you can only expect that the number of RONs is going to double. We can also figure that when you look at the number of title companies that are using RON now, it's still only a small percentage of the overall title companies in the country. So we're looking at probably less than 10% of title companies across the country that are currently regularly using RON, but we're still getting incredible growth in the industry just because of the number of title transactions that are done every year. We're looking at 9 to 10 million transactions being done in 2019. We're way beyond that now. We're should be 9 to 10. At this point right now, we're seeing a major expansion in it. My business personally, my business has doubled in the past year, and I only have a very small piece of the title industry. When you look at the number of title companies that are out there in the country, there are literally thousands. There's title companies in every state. I personally work over the past year with less than 150 title companies. So just my little 150 title companies is producing a business that produces well over $20,000 a month in revenue. And so it's not a lot of title companies to do that. And I can tell you, we've talked about the repeat business. 91% of my business over the past year has been repeat business, people that have done business with me in the past.
Well, let's do this. We're jumping ahead, and I want to keep the slides along with what we're talking about. So we're going to talk about repeat business.
Are we saturated? No, we're not saturated. We're not anywhere near saturated. In fact, I don't think we have enough RON notaries right now that are fully qualified to do the business for what's coming up. What's happening right now is the title companies are starting to figure out they can use the RON notarizations more than they thought. The opportunity is not just being able to find a notary in your own, or a title company in your own state. As a RON in every state in the country, if you are authorized to do RON in your state, you can do RONs for every state in the country. So for me here in Virginia, where I'm located, a very small percentage of my business is Virginia-based closings. I do a lot in Florida, in Texas, in Maryland, in Delaware. I do a lot all over the country because the title companies are starting to realize that they don't have to have a notary in their own state. They can find a notary that they're comfortable with that can work in every state and be able to get those notarizations done. And they can start using them for more things. Where they would traditionally send out a mobile notary, they can get a lot more done with a RON, because a RON can turn that paperwork around in less than an hour, where it may take them 2 or 3 days to get the documents back from a mobile notary.
Guys, I'm telling you, this is an amazing time and an amazing opportunity to get into online notarization. For all of you who are frustrated when you're trying to go out and market to title companies and they're telling you, we already got a signing agent, we already got this. This is the time to get into those title companies who aren't using RON to its full potential yet. You can basically get in on the ground floor. And again, we're talking about title company stuff and loan signings and seller signings. But again, you can use this in pretty much any niche area of notarization. It does not just have to be title signings, loan signings, real estate signings, that kind of stuff. But basically, there is a ton of opportunity for growth. And I'm going to have Ray talk about this next slide, because again, RON it's still in its early stages. This is the perfect time to get in. So what are we looking at on this slide right here?
Well, we talked about before, back in 2019, about 0.3 to 0.5% RON close of all title closings were RON closings. Now we're looking at about 10 to 12% of all title closings being RON closings. So it's grown quite a bit. Now keep in mind that when we're talking about that 10 to 12%, we're not looking at lender adoption yet, because most of the lenders are not using RON because they just haven't bought into it yet. That's starting to change. We're starting to see, I've seen more lender business this month than in any previous month. So we're starting to see more lenders come on board, and that's just going to grow even more. And part of the process, if you're going to be a RON notary, part of your process that you have to become good at, and if you're good at this, you can really make a lot of money, is you have to educate the title agents to a certain extent on what they can do with RON. Why use a mobile notary when you can use a RON? And the reason I say that is because as a mobile notary, if you send information out to a mobile notary, that mobile notary is going to have to receive that information. He's going to have to print it out, probably print it out in duplicate if I remember the way I used to do it, take it out to the client's house, get them to sign that, and then they got to take it to FedEx. They got to ship it. They got to scan it back. They got to go through all that process. You're not going to have your actual documents back until at least the next day, if you're a title agent. And if they're, every notary in the world is going to make a mistake at some point or another. If there's an error on those documents, then you got to do that process all over again. You got to send those documents out again. You got to get them signed again, that whole process. In the RON world, if there's a mistake, I can call the client back, get him back on a notary call, get the documents corrected, and get it over to the title agent in a few minutes. So it makes a huge difference that we can turn that information around a lot quicker. When you can educate the title companies that they can turn those things around a lot faster, then they're going to be more likely to use you as a notary going forward, because you've educated them on the process, and they're going to get their documents back a lot faster. And probably a little cheaper than what they would do, if they're doing, through a mobile notary. Because keep in mind,
just them saving on not having to send FedEx slips alone. Is going to save them money.
I can tell you that as a RON notary, I typically charge $130, which is pretty standard, I think, in the industry. A mobile notary is probably charging $130 or $150, but then you got to pay for the FedEx both ways. And there's other expenses that may have to go into that as well. And there's the time delay, of having to wait for it. So you can save the title company money. They're not going to be overly concerned about that because they're really just passing on those costs anyway. But they are going to be concerned about being able to get those documents back quickly. So and the documents they're getting back, when you learn how to educate them properly on what RON is, you can assure them that, first of all, the IDs are going to be absolutely 100% valid, because they're going to be authenticated through an automated system that verifies the IDs. The documents are going to be 100% secure because they have digital certificates attached to them, and there's tamper evident technology. You've got a video recording of the transaction from start to finish. So you've got all kinds of verification to go back and show that document is valid. So it's much more, I would say, much more verifiable, much more reliable than doing the mobile notary. So they've got all that backup evidence to go along with it. When you educate the title companies that they can do that, then you've got a much stronger business along there. And like we talked about before, we're talking about the title industry. We haven't talked at all about going out to small law firms that have to go out and get documents notarized. We haven't talked about going out to healthcare facilities like assisted living facilities and things of that nature, where people need to get power of attorney or durable notarizations, stuff of that nature, durable power of attorney or medical directives and things of that nature. That's another huge market that we haven't even begun to talk about yet. So
Guys,
the different areas
so much
you can go
opportunity.
just keep going on forever.
So much opportunity, guys. I'm telling you, this is an amazing, amazing time to become an online notary. Now, we got, as usual, I got lots of stuff and we're on limited time. So let's keep it moving here. What does it take to build a successful RON business? And guys, I'm gonna tell you, it's pretty much the same thing that it takes to build any successful business. First of all, you need quality training. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know what you're talking about. You need to be able to handle this process as close to flawlessly as possible, because in any industry, you know, whether it's the title industry or in any of the other businesses that might need a notary or an online notary, having things done error-free, having things done right the first time is going to be paramount to pretty much any company. And to do that, guys, you need to know what you're doing. You need to invest in yourself and get the training that you need to complete RON notarization successfully. Just about every state is going to have some specific training for you. And there's also general training that you can get as well to make sure that you are completing these online notarizations properly. The next thing you need to have is realistic expectations. And this is one of the things that's always funny to me. And I know people love to be sensational on the internet. That's how you draw people in. You'll hear about somebody who becomes a signing agent or an online notary, and they're like, hey, I just started my business on Tuesday, and by Friday, I was making $10,000 a month, you know, and that's not a realistic expectation. Can you make good money as an online notary? Of course. Ray is already telling you from his personal experience that this can absolutely be not only regular income replacing opportunity, but you can far surpass what the average person makes with their regular quote unquote income as an online notary, but it's not something that happens overnight. Another thing that it's going to take to build a successful RON business is direct clients. You know, you heard Ray say that he worked with platforms for, a little bit, but then he started going out to get his own direct clients. And that's when his business started booming. And the other thing that he talked about is repeat business versus one-time transaction. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth about that repeat business in just a little bit, because it is extremely crucial. And it's been the thing that has helped Ray build his business to where it is. Now, some of the biggest mistakes that RON notaries make is waiting for platforms to send them business, waiting for title companies and signing companies to just magically call them out the blue. Guys, I know that's what everybody wants. I hear that from everybody. People become a signing agent or they become an online notary and they're like, all right, I'm just going to sit back and wait for people to send me work. And then that doesn't happen. And then they don't understand why their business is not successful. And guys, it is because you cannot wait for folks to send you business. You have to be proactive. Successful notaries market themselves. You have to market yourself to become truly successful in this business. And Ray, again, I think you touched on it earlier, but can you tell us why repeat business matters so much?
Let me give you a question to think about for a second for the people in the chat, if I could. What do you think, answer in the chat if you would please, what do you think a title company relationship is worth on an annual basis on average? What do you think it would be worth to have a title company sending you business on a regular basis? Excuse me. And I'm going to answer the question for you, but just based on my own personal history. Basically, I know that when I go back and look at any title company that I've talked to in the past 2 years, the average title company is worth about between $4,000 and $5,000. I know that over a period of time, they're going to send me repeat business. Some will only work with me one time and I'll never see them again. But that's the rarity, not the norm. Generally, if I provide good service for them, I'm going to see them again. So they're worth about $4,000 to $5,000. To have that repeat business coming back in over time. So then the question becomes, how many title companies do you need to really have a successful business? Now, for me, depending on how much money you want to make, I think if you had 15 or 20 title companies that were sending you business on a regular basis, you're looking at pretty close to a six-figure income. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So you have to build that business over time. It's not going to happen right away, but you don't have to have 400 title companies sending you business. I can tell you that over the past year, I've worked with 150 different title companies, but most of my business has come from about 70 to 75 title companies that I get business from on a regular basis. And with that 70 or 75 title companies, the gross revenue on my business is a little over $200,000 a year. I think this month I'm on track to do about $24,000 in personal production as a notary. And I'm not bringing on a lot of new title companies. It's a matter of bringing on 2 or 3 new title companies a month and keeping the ones that I have, and my business will continue to grow. And the way you keep those businesses over a long period of time is by providing the excellent service and follow-up service. Now, keep in mind that these title companies are contacted by notaries every day. There are a lot of notaries out there. Most of them are not necessarily all that good. Most of them aren't well trained. Most of them aren't doing what they need to do to be able to keep the business going in the right direction. There's actually very, very few notaries that are running their business as a business and doing it the proper way. And because they're not doing it the proper way, that's a huge advantage for people that are willing to put in that effort and do it the proper way, which means doing your regular follow-ups, making sure your customers are always satisfied, staying on top of your calendar, making sure that everything is tight when you send your documents back so you don't have to redo documents. The more that the title company can rely on you, the more they're going to come back for repeat business. Yeah. But you still have to go back and contact those people a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later, and stay in touch with them. So even if they haven't sent you business for a while, you're still reaching out there, just saying hi, how
on the mind.
Keep them on top of mind. Make sure that they know that you're still out there and you're still available. I made that mistake myself. There are companies that I worked with that I did good work for them. I did 2 or 3, and then I didn't hear from them for a while. And the reason I didn't hear from them is another notary contacted them. They gave them a shot, and that person was doing better follow-up than I was. And because I wasn't doing the proper follow-up, they went on to another company and were using them. Even though they were satisfied with my work, they were satisfied with their work too, and they were getting follow-ups. Yeah. So it's very important that we keep that going. So I can't stress enough how important it is to stay in touch with the clients and keep doing that repeat business over and over and over again.
And we're going to talk about that more in a little bit, guys, because again, that is one of the things that I love about the SharpNote platform. But we're going to talk about that more in just a second. Now, Ray touched on some of the things that we need to do to get repeat clients. Basically, successful notaries are going to use, or they're going to have, follow-up systems. And again, I know a lot of you guys are not necessarily folks who have had their own business or who are used to marketing. So you may say, okay, well, what do I need to do to follow up? How do I follow up? What are the types of things that I need? So one of the things that you're going to need is a CRM. You're going to need customer relationship management tools. Another thing that's extremely helpful is going to be testimonial collection. Guys, I know all of us, whenever we're looking to use a new business for something, we're going to Google them. We're going to look at testimonials. We're going to see what other people have said about them. So you want to make sure that you're always getting good testimonials about the service that you're providing, so that when other companies look to see, hey, how does this person really perform? You're going to have the testimonials to back up the fact that you provide exceptional customer service. And you're also going to want to automate some of this marketing. I'm going to tell you, I a lot of times fall into the bad habit of doing things manually when I need to have it automated to make life easier. And you can quickly get overwhelmed when you're trying to manually do too many things. So you're going to want to make sure that you have as much of your marketing automated as possible so that you do not get overwhelmed. And again, SharpNote platform helps to fill in some of the gaps in some of that marketing. Now, it's not going to totally replace all of those different systems, but especially if you are new and you've never used any of those systems before, using SharpNote is a great way to have some of that marketing help all in one for you. So, Ray, can you tell us about the features and benefits of SharpNote?
Sure. And at some point, I'm not sure where it is in your schedule here. I also want to talk a little bit about how to find that initial client as well, because you can't follow up until you have the initial client. So we want to talk about that a little bit as well. But when you get into SharpNote, the reason we created SharpNote is what I found with other systems was they were a little clunky. A lot of times these the notarization systems were built on other technology that basically was trying to shoehorn into becoming a remote notary technology. So when I built this system, I built it to be a very fast ordering process and very fast to be able to get through a notarization as quickly as possible. It is 100% notary controlled. The notary basically has complete control of the session from start to finish. Don't have to worry about the signers going off on a tangent. The signers don't have to learn how to use the software because the notary is going to guide them through everything. So it's going to have, we have automated notifications in the system so that as you're coming up toward an appointment, once the appointment is scheduled in the system, it's going to remind those people to get their ID verifications done, to get their signatures created and get ready for the meeting ahead of time. So you're not on the phone trying to walk them through all that process all the time. The ID verification is an automated process. Well, we use an advanced ID verification system that uses not only credential analysis, but also facial recognition biometrics. So we make sure that we have a valid ID and we have the correct signer. You can tag documents very quickly. Tagging is basically setting up the documents ahead of time so that when you get ready to do the notarization, it's very fast to go back and complete those tags. So it's really designed to be a very fast navigation system. And if you join me for one of my presentations on how to use the software, I will show you how we can quickly tag an entire package. I can usually tag an entire signing package in between 5 and 10 minutes, have it completely tagged and ready to go. And that makes the process of actually completing a signing a whole lot faster. It's a very simple signing experience. Keep in mind, the signers don't have to learn how to use anything because the notary is going to control the whole session. The notary is going to guide them through the documents and just say, click here to sign, and it will sign the documents. So it's very easy for the notary to do that. And once the documents are done, we have a very fast turnaround. The documents go immediately back to the title company or back to the signer so that they can download the documents right away. It's 100% secure. We never email documents. That's one question that I get a lot of times is, can they email the documents to them? I won't do that simply because email is not a secure platform. But we do have a very easy process for people to log in and download their documents and get them back to it very quickly. And the title companies also can grab their documents very quickly. So the whole process is designed to be as streamlined and as quick as possible to get from start to finish and move on to the next signing. For me, if I get an order, generally, if I get an order that needs to be turned around quickly, I can usually complete the tagging, get the documents set up and get it ready for signing and get it back to the title company in less than 45 minutes. That's awesome. And sometimes less than a half an hour. Really, I can really turn them around quickly because the system is designed to be very fast all the way through. And it's designed that way because I've worked with the other platforms and I've found things that I didn't like that I felt that I could that would be a lot faster. And being that I've done 20,000 notarizations, I know what steps I need to happen as quickly as possible, and we built those in. So that makes it just go a whole lot faster.
Awesome. I love it. Now, those are some of the platform features, which are, of course, amazing already. But like I said, SharpNote has other features that is going to also help you with your marketing. So, Ray, can you tell us about the additional features that are available in SharpNote?
The first one up there, the white label branding option. The reason we have that is basically you don't need me marketing to your clients, and I don't need you to market my business. So I want you to market your business, and you don't need to see SharpNote on the documents. You need to see your logo, your name, your photo on there. So we white label for our level 3 subscribers that you can get a white label version of the software so that basically it looks like it's your software. It doesn't say SharpNote. It says whatever your company business name is, Arizona Title Services or whatever it is. So that you can white label that. We do have a feature on our level 3 platform that allows you to send out a message to anyone and have it collect a testimonial. It's an automated system where they can type in their testimonial and it goes directly into your marketing page. And you can use those testimonials on your own web page, whatever you need to. We've built in some client follow-up tools. And this is an option that you can add to any of your signings that basically it will follow up after the signing is done. basically a thank you for doing this, the notarization with you, and asking for a testimonial. Follow up a week later with an automated email that, again, just thanking them for doing the service, reminding them of other services that you do, and asking for a testimonial. And then we do another one at 30 days and at 90 days so that you have some follow-ups going out there afterwards. It's not going to do long-term follow-ups for you, but it's going to get you some follow-ups over the next few months so that people will still see that you're still out there and have a reminder to come back and use you again. So we do have a marketing page. If you're a level 2 subscriber or higher, you will get a marketing page where you will be able to put your calendar on that marketing page. It'll have some information about what services you offer. You'll fill that information in, and then it'll build a page for you that you can use kind of like your online business card. I wouldn't say that's a full web page. But I would say it's something that you can use to refer people to so they can see your calendar and be able to set up jobs. We don't provide a full service CRM. We're not providing a contact relation manager, but we are providing a mini CRM where you can go back and see your clients that you've worked with in the past and have their contact information at your fingertips so you can get a hold of them fairly quickly. And that's, again, a level 3 type feature.
Awesome, guys. Look, I love it. And again, as Ray is telling you now, none of this is going to replace the full-fledged, huge, more expensive versions of each of those things. However, especially if you're getting started, because I know for a lot of you who are just getting started as signing agents or just getting started as online notaries, budget is always a big concern. And this is a great way to get mini versions, to get functional versions of the different types of marketing tools that you can use to do the follow-up that you need to get repeat business. Again, this makes things so much more simple, especially if you are new at all of this. Now, as your business ramps up, you may want to go out and get some bigger versions of these things. But again, in the beginning, instead of paying for the separate RON platform and separate CRM software, separate review software, separate this, separate that, this is one of the awesome things about SharpNote is you've got some mini versions of these things that you can use to start marketing your business to get follow-up business. Now, we're running low on time, but we're going to go back, Ray, and talk about what you were talking about on how to get that initial client. I haven't forgotten about it, but I know some of the things, or one of the biggest things that most folks are going to want to know after hearing the information that you provided is, how much does it cost? Well, guys, the basic level subscription, level 1 subscription is $19.95 a month. And then there's a base session fee that you're going to have for each one of your sessions. The level 2 price is $29.95, and there's a base session fee for that. The level 3 is $49.95, and there's a base session fee for that. Now, you can get more pricing details on the USA Notary website. Ray has been awesome on the website. It gives samples and examples so that you can see realistically how much money it will cost you every month to do online notarizations on the SharpNote platform. Is there anything, Ray, that you wanted to add on to the pricing information that I have right here?
I would mention on here that we did, if you look on the website, you're going to see that there is a fee for KBA, and we have removed that fee. It's still on the website because we haven't updated it yet, but you will not charge if your state requires KBA. A lot of states aren't requiring KBA anymore, so we're just not charging for that on any platform, anything right now. And I don't think you've talked about the discount yet.
Not yet. Yeah. But so basically, guys, it's a little bit cheaper than what I have on here. So even better. Can't ever be upset about that. Now, Ray has been awesome in providing a discount for all of you who are watching the live stream. You will be able to get 70% off the subscription price for level 1 and level 2 subscriptions for the first 90 days. Basically, you'll be able to get 3 months of level 1 or level 2 for less than what it would normally cost for 1 month of level 1 or level 2. So Ray, that's an amazing discount. Thank you so much. I thank you. All the other Signing Agent Basics folks are thanking you for that discount as well. And then guys, you will also get a $20 platform wallet credit. So again, especially if you're new, especially if you're trying to figure this out, or maybe you are a new online notary, even veteran online notary, and you're thinking about using a different platform, thinking about using SharpNote. This is a great way for you to check it out and test it out and not even have to pay the full amount. So if you are interested in signing up for SharpNote, there is a sign up link in the description box. Now, let me give you a couple of steps because I don't want you guys to not get the discount and be upset. So a couple of things I want to let you know. When you click on that link, make sure that you pick level 1 or level 2. And then make sure that you also select the 90-day subscription. And then make sure that you put in discount code SAB, Signing Agent Basics. Make sure that you do those 3 things for that discount to apply. Did I miss anything on that, Ray?
I don't believe you did. Just keep in mind that the wallet credit that you get, you pay for your signings by having a wallet credit. We put a $20 wallet credit in your wallet on the first day of each month. So for the first 3 months, where you're basically only paying, you're paying a 70% discount. You're not paying for your first signing on those first 3 months because it's going to be included in there.
That's amazing. Again, guys, this is a crazy discount. Ray, we appreciate you doing this discount for Signing Agent Basics viewers. Now, I know some of you are like, okay, this all sounds cool, but what does the platform itself look like? How can I see what it looks like and how it works? Well, again, Ray is doing a demo of SharpNote. The next demo that is coming up is going to be tomorrow, June the 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern. Guys, space is limited for that demo. I have the email for Ray in the description box of this YouTube video. If you are interested in viewing that demo, send him an email, and in the description box of that email, put SharpNote Demo. It is a very limited space, guys. I think he's only going to have about 20-25 people that he's going to have in this demo. So if you want to be a part of it, make sure that you send him an email. However, do me a favor, guys. Make sure if you sign up to be there for the demo, that you are there for the demo. Ray is being awesome, giving us his time, giving us this demo. We want to make sure that if we say we're going to come for the demo, that we actually show up. So only email him, only sign up if you are actually available and going to be there tomorrow, the 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you're not available at that time, or if you're watching this on the replay and that time has already passed, you can still send Ray an email. Again, put in SharpNote Demo in the subject line, and he'll be able to let you know about any other upcoming demos that he has. Anything else you want to add on to that, Ray, before we move on? We're almost to the Q&A session. We're pretty close on time.
I think you've covered it pretty well. I will cover more things during the demo, obviously, and I would expect that we're probably going to run 2 or 3 more demos throughout the week. It's just a matter on what kind of responses we get and when to schedule those.
Awesome. And again,
I would ask if you have a particular time that works for you. If there's a day of the week that you want to do it, let me know. And if I have enough people that are interested on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, we'll make that happen.
Awesome. Guys, you guys don't know how mind-blowing that is, that he is willing to accommodate his schedule for those of you who are looking into SharpNote. So again, his email address is in the description box of the YouTube video. So if you want to send him an email, go down, the email address is in there, and then just put SharpNote Demo in the subject line. And again, guys, for those of you who are aspiring online notaries, but you're like, you know what? I still have no clue where to start. I still don't understand how any of this stuff works. Make sure that you check out my remote online notarization quick start training program. I will provide you with over an hour and a half of video. And I also give you written materials that, again, explain what RON is. I'll explain the elements and steps required to become an online notary. Like if we were using terms like digital certificate, KBA, digital seal, what are all of these things? I'm going to explain to you more in depth what those things are and tell you what you need to do to purchase those items that you need to become an online notary. And I also provide you with scripts to help keep you compliant as an online notary. Because guys, like Ray said earlier, there's a video of every online notarization that you do. So you absolutely want to make sure that you are staying compliant as you do your online notarization. So go down to the description box of the YouTube video if you are interested in getting more information about the remote online notarization quick start training program that I have for you. Now, if you guys have any questions, whether you're watching live or in the replay, you can drop them in the chat. You can drop them in the comments. And Ray, while they are putting their questions in, can you go back and tell us more about how to get that first client, because that is crucial.
Well, I can tell you what I use, and I think it's something that everybody can use and be successful with it. If you're going to spend any money on marketing, I would say the best place that you can spend your money on marketing is on LinkedIn Sales Navigator and Apollo, Apollo.io. LinkedIn is probably the best source that I have for being able to pick up new clients. And there's a program that I use that we've developed over a couple of years that I have my marketing assistant working with on a regular basis to go out and cultivate new clients. And it's not a matter of going out and sending out ads on LinkedIn. Ads on LinkedIn do not work. It's a matter of going out there and finding people that have conversations that are going on LinkedIn that are title agents or escrow agents, or if you happen to be in the health industry, find people in the health industry and just get involved in communicating with them, and do not even mention your business until you've actually spoken to them 3 or 4 times. Then start talking about how you can help their business once you've developed a relationship with them. If you spend an hour to an hour and a half a day on LinkedIn, you'll end up picking up 2 or 3 new clients a month. And I can back that up with statistics for people that what we've done for the past 2 years to build our client base. LinkedIn has been the #1 source. We get business from there because we set up conversations with them. We keep a track. We keep a spreadsheet of those conversations, which seems tedious, but if you'll spend about an hour to an hour and a half a day doing that, and you track those conversations and you follow up with them on a regular basis, you'll start to build that relationship. You're building a relationship with those people, not advertising to those people. And by doing that, you're going to be able to, to pick up a few clients a month, and you only need 2 or 3 a month. Keep in mind that each title company is worth $4,000 to $5,000 over the course of a year. If you're picking up 2 or 3 new clients a month, you're picking up between $8,000 and $12,000 a year in new revenue from doing that. And that's how we built our business. The Apollo is a great way to be able to find the companies that you want to meet with, because Apollo is going to give you a listing of every title agent in the country with their email address and phone number, and it's surprisingly accurate, believe it or not. It's $99 a month, but it's money well spent. And so I think between the sales navigator and the Apollo, if you'll use them on a regular basis and you follow up, like I say, an hour to an hour and a half a day, you will see returns on it. If you don't spend an hour to an hour and a half a day on it, you're not going to get the return. It's a matter of putting that time in and running it like a business. You're from 9 to 10:30 every morning is your marketing time, and you just stay on that and you keep following up with them.
Yeah. And guys, that's the thing. And it's funny because, like I said, Ray is saying all the things that I say to my students about marketing and all that good stuff. In the beginning, and as you continue to go on in your pipeline, marketing is your job. You have got to market to get the business coming in, and you've got to market to keep the business coming in. We were talking about the fact that, you want to have multiple title companies that you're working with, because sometimes one might fall out here and there, and you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. So you want to just not market in the beginning, but you want to continue to market and build those relationships. You're not selling, you're building a relationship so that people have a reason to send you the business. Now, one of the things that Ray and I have tossed around is doing a marketing module that we can add to my remote online notarization quick start training program, and basically giving you guys more step-by-step instruction on how to market on LinkedIn, how to use these different tools that Ray is talking about. So let me know, is that something you guys would be interested in? Let us know in the chat, let us know in the comments. And if it is, Ray and I might get together and put that together for you guys.
And I have the developed spreadsheets that we've used, the follow-up spreadsheets that we've used. We can turn, very easy to turn that into a marketing demo that, to show people how to use that stuff.
There you go. Awesome.
And I did see a few interesting questions over here in the comments.
I was about to click on, there was one kind of far back up there. They wanted to know, with the saturation of the Dallas-Fort Worth market and AI, does it greatly limit the money that can be made for a newer notary public? And again, we're going to basically put this as online notary publics. But Ray, what do you think? Is DFW too saturated? Is AI?
If we're talking about remote online notary, absolutely not, because you're not limited to your state. You can sit there in Dallas-Fort Worth and do notarizations in China. Because I sit here in Virginia and I do them all over the country. A very small percentage of my business is Virginia. In fact, it's a little unusual to see somebody from Virginia come across my, on my desk. So from that standpoint, no. And the other thing that I'd point out on there, yes, there are a lot of notaries out there. There are very, very few notaries that are running it like a business. Very, very, very few that know exactly what they're doing and are treating it like a business. Most of them are treating it like an Uber driver. They're waiting for the business to come to them, and it's not going to happen. If you run it like a business, you'll find that you're one of the few that actually does, and you will get business, because you're providing a better service to the client.
Yep, absolutely. Awesome. So great question. There was another question here, and I think it has to do with pricing on SharpNote. And again, they're saying, may I ask if we are charged a fee ourselves for each notarization? And again, I encourage you, click the link that I have in the description box where you can go to the USA Notary website to get the breakdown of how pricing is handled. But Ray, how would you answer that question? If
yes,
they're charged
when you do notarizations with us, beyond the monthly fee that you pay for access to the platform, we charge on a per session fee. So whether your session is a single document or 100 documents, you pay a per session fee for that document. As a level 3 subscriber, you're paying $8 per session, and then the ID verification is $2. And that's for the entire session, regardless of how long the session takes. There's always going to be some kind of fee that you pay for doing the individual sessions.
Gotcha. Yep. So there is, guys. But again, I know it's kind of hard to comprehend it without seeing the numbers. That's why I encourage you, click on that link, because he's got examples on his website where you can see if you do this, this, and this is what the total fee is going to be. Definitely make sure that you check it out. And then we've got another question here. Ray, can you elaborate a little more on Apollo? They've never heard of it. Okay.
Apollo is basically it's a nationwide directory of businesses. If you go onto Apollo as a member and you search for a business, say I wanted to search for a Fidelity insurance company, it will list out everybody that works for Fidelity with their email addresses and phone numbers. It's a very comprehensive database. If you know the name of somebody, like for example, if I were to look up Kendra's name on Apollo, it would tell me that she works for and give me the name of the company and her contact information. So it's basically a worldwide Rolodex, if you will. And it's surprisingly accurate how much information it has. So the way I use Apollo is if I want to target, let's say I want to target title companies in Florida, I can go into Apollo and say, okay, give me all the title companies in Florida. I want the names of all their escrow agents, and settlement officers. And it will give me a listing of all the people that meet the criteria that I'm looking for. I generally limit mine to companies that have less than 50 employees, and Apollo allows me to target that CRM to exactly what I'm looking for, and then I can market to those people individually. Now, the way I use that is I take that information, then I search for those people on LinkedIn, and I find them on LinkedIn and try to get into the conversations with them so that I can build a relationship with them over time.
And guys, here's the thing though. Again, just purchasing Apollo, just having access to Apollo is not going to get you business. This is only going to work if you work it. So it's not just, hey, I've got this list of folks. Now, what are the next steps that you are going to take to, communicate with these people and build a relationship with these people so that you can get the business?
Candace has a good question there.
Yes, I was just about to click on it. What states is SharpNote an approved platform in?
Okay, we're a little fluid in that right now. Right now, we're approved in 30 states. If you email me, I can tell you exactly which states those are. I don't know right off the top of my head. We've got applications into all the states, but some of them are going to take 30 to 45 days before we have approval. We are also we are members of MISMO. And we have submitted our application for MISMO certification, which should be done, I would say within 30 days.
Awesome. So the list is a little shorter now, but guys, this guy's going to get pretty much every state that he can approved for SharpNote use very, very soon. But you can send him an email for specifics if you have a specific question about your state.
There are a couple of the smaller states that we won't apply for until I have a notary that's interested in that state, just simply because like a couple of the states have very large fees to get approved in. And if I don't have any notaries in that state, I'm not going to pay the fee until I do. But the approval process will be very quick once we have that information.
So guys, send him an email, because if he gets enough emails from you guys in a state that maybe he's not in yet, he might move that up on his priority list. It might make it worth it for him to go ahead and get SharpNote approved in that state. But we got to be in communications with him, got to let him know what it is that we are looking for. Awesome. All right. I think we caught all of the questions. Ray, did you see any other ones in there that I might have missed?
Well, somebody asked me what KBA is. I'll just answer that question real quick. KBA is called knowledge-based authentication. It's a series of questions that the system will ask to verify someone's identity. About half of the states in the country right now require KBA as part of the identification process. It's an older technology. It's not as accurate as the biometric technology, but some of the states haven't adopted to the new one yet. So we do allow KBA on our platform. It's a state-by-state basis. If the notary is from a state that requires KBA, then your clients will be asked for KBA questions. If not, then they won't be asked those questions.
Awesome. And then let's see. Lewis says having trouble on the tech side, uploading digital certificate to platforms. Can they help? Can we help? He can help you with SharpNote platform. So if you are a subscriber on the SharpNote platform and you need some tech support, some help, absolutely, there are folks with SharpNote who will be able to help you out. Other than that, it's going to depend on the platform that you are trying to upload your information on. Every platform should have its own separate tech support, but absolutely, if you need help with SharpNote, you will be able to reach out to SharpNote for help. What social media is SharpNote on? You know what? I will go and put it in the description box of the YouTube video. Give me about 10-15 minutes, guys. I will have, because you're on LinkedIn, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram. So I will put those down in the description box of the YouTube video very shortly so that you guys can reach out to him on social media. All right, this is going to be the last question because we're going a little bit over, but how are you different from Blue Notary platform? And I'm going to say this before Ray answers. Ray is not an expert on every other platform in the world. Okay. So
I can tell you about my platform, but I'm not going to get into denigrating another platform on a live platform. I can tell you that I think ours is far superior, but that's about as far as I'm willing to say on a live platform.
Exactly. Because guys, here's the other thing. I always tell people you need to try it for yourself, because some of it is just what platform do you like more? Somebody might like Blue Notary more. Somebody may like SharpNote more. Somebody may like One Notary more. You need to test these things out for yourself, which is another reason why the discount that Ray is offering is amazing, because you will basically be able to have 90 days for less than it would normally cost for 1 month of a subscription to test it out for yourself, to get hands-on, to see if SharpNote is the right platform for you. And I'm going to say it probably is, but test it out.
I'm going to answer one more question if you don't mind. Somebody's asking about Notary Signing Agent. And I want to tell you that that most of the title companies do not ask me about if someone's a notary signing agent, because they don't know what it is. And I would tell you that notary signing agent, from my standpoint, if you're going to do title work for my company, I would require a notary signing agent, but I don't think that's the limit of training. The notary signing agent is like opening the door. It does not provide you the training that you need to be a notary signing agent. Kendra provides you the training to be a notary signing agent. She's going to get a lot more detail into it. But the notary signing agent is just getting your foot in the door, getting the certification, and showing people that you have the intent of learning the process. It doesn't mean that you've learned the process. I've got people that are notary signing agents that don't know what a loan document is, because they can pass the certification. Just means they've put in that intent, but they haven't really moved forward in learning how to do it yet. So notary signing agent is important, but it's not the end all.
Exactly. And again, click the link down in the description box for information regarding my Signing Agent Advanced Training Program, so you can get that advanced training that you need to be the type of signing agent that can make sure that you get these documents notarized and signed properly the first time. We're a little bit over, but you know what? I think it was totally worth it. Ray, I appreciate you coming to hang out with us today on this live stream. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with us on this live stream. Make sure that you watch the replay. Make sure that you share this video. Make sure that you share the discount with anyone else that you know who may be interested in the SharpNote Online Notarization platform. And I saw a few of y'all say that you were interested in a marketing module on how to market your online notary business the way that Ray has done it, that has made him a six-figure online notary. So Ray, we're gonna talk. We're gonna see if we can't work that out for the people. But again, guys, thank you so much for coming, hanging out with us today. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you have a productive and profitable day. Bye, guys.